German Chancellor Friedrich Merz says the United States is being humiliated in its war with Iran, warning that Washington lacks a clear path out of the conflict as Tehran gains the upper hand. Speaking to students in the German town of Marsburg on Monday, Merz said the situation has exposed a deeper strategic problem for the US as he drew comparisons with past military debacles. A high-profile shooting incident that targeted United States President Donald Trump at the White House Correspondents' Association dinner has raised security concerns about the country's role as co-host of the FIFA World Cup 2026. US authorities said on Sunday that the gunman accused of trying to storm the White House Correspondents' Association dinner was targeting Trump and members of his administration.
And China's top economic planner, the National Development and Reform Commission, NDRC, said on Monday it has blocked Meta's $2 billion acquisition of Manus and an agentic AI startup founded by Chinese engineers that relocated to Singapore before Mark Zuckerberg scooped it up late last year. The move marks one of China's most significant interventions in a cross-border deal and one that extends well beyond US-China tensions and into the broader AI industry. For Meta, it could deal a serious blow to its ambitions in the fast-moving AI agent space. And former Pakistan cricketer Shoaib Malik has urged Punjab Chief Minister Maryam Nawaz to extend operating hours for gyms and fitness centres, saying the current restrictions are difficult for working individuals. In a post on X, Shoaib Malik addressed the Chief Minister and said that while regulating business hours is understandable, gyms should be given special consideration.
Samsung is expected to unveil the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 8 and Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 8 later this year. Reports also suggest a third foldable model with a wider aspect ratio could launch alongside them, that possibly under the name Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 8 Wide or simply Fold Wide. Leaked dummy units of all three devices have now appeared on. The global memory shortage has added significant strain on companies by forcing them to raise prices. As a result, smartphones are becoming more expensive, which could reduce consumer demand. According to a tipster, many smartphone makers believe demand for premium camera sensors is slowing. Since these parts cost more than mid-range alternatives, some brands now see value in reducing production of high-end sensors and shifting to cheaper options. The Federation of Pakistan Chambers of Commerce and Industry, FPCCI, has rejected the State Bank of Pakistan's decision to increase the policy rate by 1%, warning that the move could lead to industrial closures and economic stagnation. FPCCI President Atif Ikram Sheikh expressed serious concern over the decision, calling it ill-timed and unfortunate, particularly as the economy was entering a recovery phase after stabilisation.
And the Peshawar High Court, PHC, has ordered the University of Peshawar to immediately release scholarship funds to students entitled under the Need-Based Scholarship Programme, NBSP. A two-member bench comprising Justice Muhammad Naim Anwar and Justice Wikar Ahmad issued the directions while deciding two identical petitions filed by several students, including Gohar Ali, over the non-payment of scholarships, stipends and fee exemptions. And Islamabad. The Federal Constitutional Court, FCC, on Monday suspended the Lahore High Court's LHC December 23, 2025 decision declaring key provisions of the Passport Rules 2021 and which allowed the government to render a citizen's passport inactive and impose long-term travel bans on deportees and human trafficking suspects as ultra vires, with the suspension of the LHC order and the federal government's authority to inactivate passports and slap long-term travel bans stands restored for the time being until the top court concludes the dispute in its final judgment.
Two of Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's top rivals announced they would join forces in an upcoming election to oust his coalition government, with a focus mainly on domestic issues such as military conscription for the ultra-Orthodox, but on issues like Iran, Gaza and Lebanon. The joint party, led by right-wing Naftali Bennett and centrist Yair Lapid, is expected to pursue a security posture similar to that of Netanyahu, who heads the most right-wing government in Israel's history, meaning Israel's foreign policy would remain largely unchanged.
An Interior Minister and Pakistan Cricket Board (PCB) Chairman Mar Naqvi announced on Monday that Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif had signed off on letting fans attend all three Pakistan Super League (PSL) playoff matches. In a social media post on X, Naqvi said, "Just had a meeting with PM Shehbaz and I am pleased to share that we have secured his approval for public attendance in all three PSL playoff matches as well."
After a weekend of coordinated attacks across Mali by separatist fighters and Islamist militants, Russian forces who are in the country helping protect the military government have confirmed they have pulled out of the northern city of Kidal. In a series of social media posts, Russia's Africa Corps said they had left the locality along with Malian troops.
And Real Madrid striker Kylian Mbappe is doubtful for the upcoming El Clasico match against Barcelona after the club confirmed he had sustained a thigh injury during his last outing. Mbappe's injury was confirmed by Real Madrid in a statement on Monday, less than 2 weeks before the May 10 fixture, which is the biggest match in Spanish domestic football.
Who? Paris Saint-Germain versus Bayern Munich. What? Champions League semi-final. First leg where? Parc des Princes. Paris when? Tuesday, April 28 at 9 p.m. 19 GMT. How to follow? We'll have all the build-up on Al Jazeera Sport from 16:00 GMT in advance of our live text commentary stream. Whoever makes it through this Champions League semi-final will surely be the favourites for the final in Budapest in May, where either Arsenal or Atletico Madrid will await.
Tensions between the United States and Iran have reached another critical juncture. While a fragile ceasefire is holding, efforts to translate the nearly 3-week truce into a permanent agreement appear to have stalled. Hopes of talks in the Pakistani capital, Islamabad, over the weekend dissipated after US President Donald Trump cancelled a visit by his envoys, as both Iran and the US remain steadfast in their respective demands, especially over Tehran's nuclear program and control of the Strait of Hormuz.
American energy technology company Itron has confirmed it was hit by a cyber attack in mid-April and that hackers had gained access to some of its systems in a legally required filing with the US. Securities and Exchange Commission late on Friday, Itron said it was notified that it had an intruder in its systems. The company did not say who notified it, but added that it subsequently expelled the hackers and has seen no signs of further intrusions to its internal systems.
And there have been plenty of rumours about OpenAI's hardware plans, which involve launching a pair of earbuds. A new note from industry analyst Ming-Chi Kuo suggests that the AI company might be working on a phone in collaboration with MediaTek, Qualcomm and Luxshare. Kuo, who has reported on several Apple hardware plans in the past, said that OpenAI would develop a smartphone chip with MediaTek and Qualcomm, with Luxshare acting as a co-design and manufacturing partner.
The Punjab Assembly has introduced a bill to amend the 153-year-old Christian Marriage Act 1872, sparking criticism from Christian religious leaders and legal experts who say the proposed changes fall short of comprehensive reform. Minority Affairs Committee Chairman Falbus Christopher presented the amendment bill, which proposes raising the minimum marriage age for both men and women to 18 years.
And May 2026 could prove to be a holiday-heavy month for Pakistanis, with public holidays, weekends, Yom-e-Takbir, and expected Eid-ul-Adha breaks likely to push the total number of days off to 14 or 15. If an additional holiday is announced, the count could go even higher.
The Punjab government has signed a major agreement to boost livestock and meat exports, marking a significant step towards strengthening the province's agricultural economy. Chief Minister Mariam Nawaz presided over a video link meeting where the government signed a Memorandum of Understanding, MoU, with 7 institutions, including Global Meat Company. Under the agreement, Punjab aims to export 1 million livestock.
And Taiwanese chipmaker MediaTek has released 2 new mid-premium mobile chipsets with the quiet launch of the Dimensity 7450X. The new processors have appeared on MediaTek's official website and are expected to power upcoming smartphones and foldable devices. Early reports suggest the Dimensity 7450X could debut in the rumoured Motorola Razr 70. And a major restoration plan has been prepared to bring back the original look of historic buildings located on Lahore's Mall Road, with owners set to bear the cost of repair and rehabilitation work. According to sources, authorities have identified 104 buildings between PMG Chowk and Charing Cross for restoration because of their historical significance.
India named veteran politician Dinesh Trivedi as its next High Commissioner to Bangladesh on Monday, in a rare appointment of a non-foreign service officer, as New Delhi seeks to reset ties with its eastern neighbour. Ties between the countries soured after a popular uprising forced Bangladesh's long-serving Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina to flee to New Delhi in 2024, where she remains. Islamabad, amid reports of a rift between the PTI and the Tehreek-e-Tahaffuz, Pakistan, TTAP, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa Chief Minister Sohail Afridi on Monday met with the opposition alliance's leaders and Allama Raja Nasir Abbas. The meeting comes amid reports that the TTAP leaders, who are also the opposition leaders in the National Assembly and Senate, were not being involved in the decision-making process.
The Pakistan Meteorological Department, PMD, on Monday predicted that mild heatwave conditions were likely to develop in the southern parts of the country from April 29 to May 3. In a weather update, it said that the upper parts of the country were likely to be affected by the westerly wave from the night of April 27 to April 29 and from May 3-5, due to which temperatures were likely to drop 2-4 degrees Celsius.
And Colombia's Defense Minister Pedro Sanchez says he is offering a record reward for information leading to the capture of a rebel leader known as Marlon. Marlon, whose real name is Ivan Jacob Idrobo Arredondo, is suspected of having ordered Saturday's bomb attack on the Pan American Highway, in which 20 people were killed.
Donald Trump has said King Charles III will be very safe during his state visit to the US, which is due to begin later on Monday. Further security talks took place between the White House and Buckingham Palace after a gunman gained access to an event attended by Trump in Washington, D.C. on Saturday.
And across Somalia, communities are suffering through a deepening hunger crisis, driven from their homes by drought and left waiting for critical humanitarian assistance that has not arrived. September's failed Dare rains mark the latest blow in a relentless climate crisis, destroying livelihoods, killing livestock, and forcing another year of harvest failure.
At least 42 people have been killed in eastern Chad after a dispute between 2 families over access to water escalated into reprisal attacks. According to Deputy Prime Minister Limane Mahamat, Mahamat confirmed the total killed during a visit on Monday to the village of Igote. It is in Wadi Fira province near the Sudanese border where the violence started on Saturday.
And After expanding into podcasts, audiobooks, video, and even physical books, Spotify on Monday announced its next big category, fitness content. The company is building on its reputation as a hub for energizing playlists for your workout to actually become the home to your workout itself. To do so, Spotify has partnered with a number of established wellness creators and the exercise equipment maker Peloton